Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and we just had another wonderful Raw from the 26th of May, Memorial Day. It was nice to be able to be home and watch it. That's the best part of it. I was like, I normally have to watch it on my breaks at work and stuff, but it is so much nicer to just be able to sit, watch it as just from start to finish. And it was a good episode to do that. So let's just jump into it. So the show started off with Rollins coming down with his new group. I like the look. I think Bronson Reed does fit in it. They, try to make it work with how, he basically Seth Rollins wanted the biggest, baddest dogs in the back to be with him. I don't necessarily dislike that. I can warm to the idea that Bronson Reed's in this group. It's not completely ideal for me, but I feel like if we were gonna get like Karrion Cross or somebody else that like really could have used it, this is not a bad person to get back in there because if they do a tag team between him and Bronson and then Braun Breaker, those two should be undefeatable. But yeah, I think altogether, I like this one a lot. Put it up in S tier. Good promo, good way to make it all make sense, and it was a good way to start off the show. Next up, we had the first qualifying match. It was Penta versus Dragon Lee versus Chad Gable. Now, this match absolutely cooked for no reason. I mean, obviously they're great competitors, but like the stuff Dragon Lee did with that jump from the ring to the announce table to hit Penta was absolutely insane. We got to see what is it? El Vikingo? Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that name down, Pat. Attack Chad Gable, because I mean they were having back and forth. They're gonna have a match on the Money in the Bank weekend, so we kind of knew Chad Gable wasn't gonna win, but I do like what they're doing here. I thought this match was great. I think Penta winning was the right call, and yeah, I pretty much just liked it. I put it up in S. It was a very enjoyable match to watch. Next up, we had Tozawa versus Rusev, which we really didn't expect much, but I expected a little bit more than like less than a minute. I'm gonna have to put it down in D. It was mainly just to set up a feud that maybe Sheamus and Rusev will have, which I think will be really nice. I really like that idea, but it was just kind of a waste of 60 seconds that we could have done something else with, honestly. I mean, it's fine. Rusev's a beast. It's supposed to be like that. Next up, we had the tag team triple threat match, which I really feel like it should have been towards the end of the night because it kind of deserved a little bit more screen time and stuff than it being all the way back there. But I mean, I'm not complaining. It was still a pretty cool idea. I think the match itself was pretty good. The War Raiders did some really good stuff in there. The New Day did great, and the Creeds, everybody just was top tier, and the New Day was able to steal that victory. And I thought altogether it was a pretty good first defense for the New Day, even though it's been almost a month since they've had the titles. So didn't like that part. I really want this titles to be defended. I don't know why these titles of all the titles don't get defended that often. And hopefully somebody will run and grab them. I really hope it's Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman. Not Braun Strowman, Braun Breaker. God, why does everybody have Braun names? I hate that. But yeah, I'll put this matchup in A. I thought it was pretty solid. Good to be on the card. I wouldn't change it. Next up, we had Becky Lynch responding down to Lyra Valkyrie. They're continuing their feud into Money in the Bank. I personally like this promo. It was good. There was a lot of good back and forth. Lyra did some really good in ring mic work, and she really had the crowd with her. And Becky, without like saying Becky Hogan like that everybody likes to call it, I'm pretty sure Lyra just basically said that without saying that. This feud I put up in the S tier, and then it was announced that they were having a match. Technically, it was already said beforehand. I don't really know why they did that because they could have just done this promo and it would have worked perfectly to lead into a match at Money in the Bank. The speculation is kind of stupid, but I mean, I guess it's something. I mean, I don't think it really is needed. Like, if Lyra wins, then Becky has to hold her hand high, and if yeah, that's basically it, right? She has to put her hand up in the air, and then also, um, Becky can't challenge again. I mean, I guess that's something, but I really don't think they need any type of speculation. Put that up in S tier. It's a good Money in the Bank match. I'm already looking forward to that one. As their match at Backlash was really good, and if they can continue that and grow onto that, I think we could get a really good banger on our hands. Next up, we had Kairi Sane versus Liv Morgan. This one came out of nowhere, and I am so happy it did. Kairi Sane did absolutely amazing. Liv Morgan looked good, even though she's been out for a little bit. This was a pretty solid match. I'm glad Kyrie got the win. I really didn't want her to take back to back L's coming back, but it was glad that she got it. I think like last week because of the injury and stuff, they didn't, she wasn't meant to take that pin, so they try to get her back onto something, and this worked for the story with Raquel Rodriguez, distracting the ref. So then, Roxanne Perez did some damage, but then they fumbled it, and then it ended up with Liv being mad at Raquel. I think it's a cool thing. It sets up some dissent in the group and could possibly give Roxanne Perez like a really red hot feud with either one of these two. And I think it's a kind of a cool play that they're doing. The match itself was really good. Kairi Sane did amazing. Liv Morgan did great. I put it up in A tier. It was a great match. Not super long, but enough that I think it did the job done. I'd probably love to see this again at some point. Yeah, it cooked. So I wouldn't put it past them running it again. Then we had the main event. It was Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn for the Money in the Bank spot. These ones are always weird because it's like the match is no disqualification anyways, so Seth should have just had his guys down there at ringside anyways. It's always so weird when they show up late because it's just like at any point he could have accidentally lost. And you kind of want to load the deck against them because that's the whole point of having the numbers, but it's wrestling, so it doesn't always have to make sense like that. Obviously, they came down and took Sami Zayn out of the equation. Jey Uso kind of tried to come down there and help. That didn't really work. It ended up with Dom trying to help Finn Balor by throwing the chair into the wrong area, which is exactly what he did to Rhea. And then by the time Finn got over to the chair, Seth Rollins was up and got the curb stomp to beat him. And then at the very end, after they were going to clear house, CM Punk came down and did that, which again, that could possibly happen at Money in the Bank. They could have the problem of having CM Punk take out Seth Rollins. I feel like Seth Rollins should be the number one favorite to win the Money in the Bank, but I do think that he's kind of loaded up a lot of people against him, which could easily make him, have a chance that that will cost him later on. But I'm excited. Like I really liked that Seth Rollins is going to be in here, and I really do think he should have the bank. Honestly, at the moment, would be my number one favorite. Everybody else in it is good. I just don't really see them as like cash in type thing right away, or like not even right away, but just like people that should have the Money in the Bank to be able to cash in. Because LA Knight's decent, but I don't think they're really looking at him for a world championship anytime soon. Penta is really good. I do think he should get like a mid card title first before they put the title right on him. Solo Sikoa could be probably the odds-on favorite with that type of stuff, but I think the Money in the Bank like type of match doesn't really fit his style of wrestling. So normally the people that are a little bit better have a better chance. At the moment, with the four that are in there, I think he has the favor. He's the favorite to win it. This match itself, I think, was all pretty good. So I'd put it up at A. Pretty much the whole show was good. I would still put it in the A. I'm not gonna put the D match in there to really knock down the quality of the match. It was there to be stupid and to just kind of get that feud built in for Sheamus and Rusev, which I'm really excited to see them go at it. So I think that's a pretty cool episode. I would say definitely like an A. But yeah, if you guys like these weekly Raw reviews, we do Raw, SmackDown, Evolve, and yeah, a bunch of different videos in between, and also a little bit of basketball content in there sprinkled in. So if you like that, double videos for the rest of this month also. So if you are enjoying any of the content, there'll be plenty up here on the channel. So I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.